we alive? Are we alive? Are we live? Yeah? Are you sure? Good. How many times are how many times are you hearing me? Just once? Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah. Why I didn't come? Remind me. Where was I? I was I invited? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did. Yeah, yeah. You were traveling. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you were. Yeah, yeah. No, you weren't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were traveling from town. Yeah, yeah. We had technical problems. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm hearing you. You're not muted because I can hear you. But maybe your technical representative in Brazil. Hi, Gaudy. Can you hear me, Gaudy? Como vai você, Gaudy? Yeah, ex I can. Yes. Ask. Gaudy is hearing me, but not you. What's the problem? Am I the presenter? Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Will I sing the song while you are trying to? Yeah, happening. Well, I tell you what. We were going to sing a song, so while you are trying to technically change things, I will sing the song, and then we'll come back and talk about it. But we have talked about the Irish family. In these days of COVID, there is a lot of talk about previous big uh, health problems in Ireland. And one of them was 100 years ago, the pandemic, the Spanish flu, which killed an awful lot of people, in 23,000 people in Ireland. Like COVID has killed, okay, it's bad, but it has killed 2,000. But the Spanish flu killed uh, uh, 23,000 in 1920 that time. But then we had the famine in 1847, and that killed 1 million people. People died, but also 1 million people emigrated. And this is a song about that time, about how there are many Irish people in America because their ancestors had to emigrate to America because of the famine. 1 million people emigrated and 1 million people died because of the Great Famine, the failure of the potato crop. And it gets a lot of people angry because the British people, Ireland was part of Britain there, and there wasn't sufficient help and aid given by the British. They felt the Irish were getting what they deserved, which was very poor type of reaction to it. Anyway, I will sing it and see if you can get the technical things. It's called "In the City of Chicago," and it's it's been sung by. Uh, um, it's been sung by Christy Moore, one of our most famous folk singers, and it was written by his brother Barry. So it goes. In the city of Chicago, As the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Oh, 1847 was the year it all began. Deadly pains of hunger drove 1,000,000 from the land. They journeyed not for glory, their motive wasn't greed. A voyage of survival across the stormy sea. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Some of them knew fame, more of them knew hardship, and died working on the plain. They spread throughout the nation, they rode the railroad cars, brought their songs and music to ease their lonely hearts. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. In the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. There are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Hey, are people hearing you now, do you think? Just me. Wow, that's it. Okay. I am here. Apparently, yeah, Fernanda is talking to me, but apparently nobody can hear her. So, she is asking me a question from Gaudi in Sao Paulo. How Gaudi? Yeah. What is his question? Is it true that they confiscated? Oh, they confiscated. Well, that's a bit hard. Confiscating is to take away the food, but there was plenty of food in the country, and Ireland was exporting a lot of food for the English market and maybe further afield, while people were starving, and that is incredible. And I mean, we've sung before the song. The fields of Athenry, which is about a guy who stole wheat to feed his family, and then he was arrested and he was sent to Australia. The fields of Athenry is a very emotive song. But yes, there was plenty of food, but the poor people lived on potatoes, and the potato crop failed. And sadly, the British government didn't do enough to get food to the poor people. And as they said, it was oh, the worst part of the free market economy where they say, the market will decide and answer all questions. And so for some reason or other, the feeling was, including Queen Victoria, uh, she felt the Irish they were getting what they deserved because they were drunk and they were lazy, and so this was God's way of telling them that 1,000,000 people, yeah, 1,000,000 people should die and another 1,000,000 people emigrate. So this has left a very sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and so again, this feeling of anti-Britishness grew up the into the rising of 1916 and the War of Independence, and then finally we became a republic in 1922. So I mean, It is that was the start of it. But yes, so that was another sad time, as I've said before, in Irish history. So the food wasn't actually confiscated, but there was plenty of cattle and meat and milk, but it was in the richer part of the country, and it wasn't moved into the poor parts nearly enough. Uh, yeah. The cattle. Yeah, cattle is another word for cows. Cattle uh, is a general term for plural. There is plenty of cattle in the field. It means there are a lot of cows in the field. It's just a sort of not a collective noun, but you say we talk about a herd of cows or a herd of cattle, and it's talking about cows in plural. You know, it's almost like people. People refers to persons. People, a lot of people, a lot of cattle. It's the same type of word, cattle. Yeah. 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 Irregular plural. Yeah. We don't talk about one cattle, but there are a lot of cattle, many cattle in the field. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So one cow, two cows, but there is no such thing as one cattle. It's always plural. It's always plural. I am here by myself. Yeah. So Fernanda is, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can we play the question? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Well, okay. Okay. Well, let's try and sing. This is a song, another song by Christy Moore, and it's called "Ride On." And I will sing it first, and then we will play the question from Marco. I think was it Marco? Marcos. Was yeah. Okay. Ivan. Yeah. All right. I wish I could see you, Ivan, but thank you for your message. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're going to, before I sing it, this is the question Marco sent it. So you play the question. Yeah, again, there's a technical problem. I am here on my own, and Fernanda can speak to me, but not to the world out there. Uh, Facebook and YouTube. Is it YouTube and Facebook? Uh, uh, so here I am on my own, getting instructions in my ear from Fernanda, but you cannot hear her beautiful voice. Uh, uh, Fernanda, who I keep telling I used to teach in my class in the English studio, and I taught her so well that she is now a teacher. So, but okay, are you? Do you think we can play Marcos's question? Okay, yeah, okay, let's go.
In Moore's book called One Voice, he said the song is about being young and free in the 80s. The youngers used to set up a campsite and sing the song on Sundays. The question is, where are these youngers now? Do they still sing this song or it's remained to the elders only? Thank you.
Okay, one more time. You're going to play the
Hi,
question one
Fernando
more
and
time.
Roy. My name is Marcos, and I'd like to thank both of you for the opportunity to participate in Teachers Talk. I'd like to ask something about Christy Moore's Ride On song. Christy Moore, one of the most popular singers in Ireland, wrote alongside Jim McCarthy the song Ride On in 1984. In Moore's book called One Voice, he said the song is about being young in the 80s. The youngers used to set up a campsite and sing the song on Sundays. Question is, where are these youngers now? Do they still
Okay.
sing the it's remained to the elders only? Thank you.
I know Fernanda played that twice. The second time it broke up in my ears. But did it go out the first time as well, Fernanda? Yeah, it did. So people heard it, and you heard the question there. The song "Ride On" was written by Jimmy, who was one of our best songwriters as well. He wrote my favorite song, "The Contender," but that's for another day. It's a great song about a boxer. But anyway, he wrote this song, "Ride On." Now, yeah, Marcos's question was, where are the young people? Are they still singing it now? Well, the young people who were young in the 80s, that's 40 years ago. So they are now maybe 55, 60, now. And they are still singing it as 60-year-olds. But Christy Moore attracts new, younger fans each year. So this is one of his most famous songs, and the young people love it just as much as the old people. And if you go to a concert, you will see of Christie's, you will see young people and old people. He appeals to all age groups. But yes, now um, you refer to them singing it on Sundays around campfires. It sounds like maybe that it was like a scout group or something like that, but I'm not sure uh, whether that still happens. But I know wherever there is a sing song, this song is often sung, and it's a beautiful song. Now, I'll sing it, and then I'll explain what Jimmy McCarthy said about why he wrote it, and then we might talk about some other meanings. So it goes. True, you ride the finest horse I've ever seen, standing 16, 1 or 2, with eyes wild and green. And you ride the horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. When you ride into the night without a trace behind, run your claw along my gut one last time. I turn to face an empty space where you used to lie, and look for the spark that lights the light through the teardrops in my eye. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to.
Whoa, that's lovely,
There you are.
beautiful, Roy. Such a
Now,
sentiment.
Fernanda is telling me that's beautiful. But can anyone else hear her saying it? That's the point. But
Maybe they
okay.
can hear me now. Can you hear me now, people? Yes or no? Please tell me. Oh my goodness.
Hopefully, she is asking people to tell her if you can hear her. Ask her. Ask you people.
Yes, please, Gaudie,
Yeah.
tell me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There is a song.
Gauji, can you hear Fernanda? We tell people how closely you're related to Gauji.
Oh, great. Marcos is saying, thank you, Marcos.
Yeah. Oh, Marcus
Now
is
we
saying,
can
yeah.
hear you.
But
Yeah.
Marcus saying he can hear you? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yes.
Do you want to hear her? That's the question, Marcus. Do you want to hear Fernanda?
That's the Irish. sense of humor. They are so kind to people. You see that. That's why I love Irish people. Hi, Rai. Good to see you here.
Starting again.
Loud and clear. Guess who is there now? Jamie.
Now?
Jamie Alvarez. Jamie,
Jamie,
teacher
¿qué
Jamie.
pasa, mi amigo? Jamie, yeah.
So Jamie is gonna be here.
Mi professore, collegio professore,
Yeah.
studio inglés in Dublin, in the English studio in Dublin. Well,
Cheers.
sadly, we lost our jobs. We lost our jobs 2 weeks after the shutdown.
We all did, Roy. I lost my
Yeah,
job as well.
yeah. No, yeah, it's and also so teachers have been left very badly, but students who have come over, paid for money, are not getting refunds, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but they're trying to get. There is now a union of students in Ireland, ELSU, I think it is, has a CIELS on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
COVID, which is for foreign. I don't like to use the word language students in Ireland who are in trouble because of COVID, and they are trying to get a petition. I hear there are 1,700 signatures on that petition already,
Mm-hmm.
but you will see a link to that petition. But yes, so Jamie is. We taught an English studio for many years, and Jamie used to help with our music sessions in the school too.
And
So good.
Jamie was my teacher as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I did some
Okay. Who
classes.
was better? Was Jamie
IELTS.
better than me?
I can
Was
tell.
Ja-
This is not fair. Jamie was my IELTS teacher, and Gaudier is saying Jamie is an amazing teacher. I miss having classes with him. Dude is savage. Wow. Thank you, Gaudier. Kind words. Gaudier is so, yeah, he's just my best. The best of me. Yeah. And Roy, I am happy, I'm glad you mentioned the situation about the students. And hopefully we will have a changing, because I was reading last night they are expecting to reopen schools in on August, on the 10th. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, that still has to be decided. Do you mean like every school, like Irish children, like secondary education and primary schools, or just English language schools? When you say schools,
Classes,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
it is
because
not
there
for
is still,
everybody. Please explain,
yeah, no,
clarify,
they haven't
please.
decided that
Mm.
completely yet, because there are talk that the schools will not open till September,
Uh,
but that there is still negotiations going on about that.
okay,
And
so we
whatever
still
they
don't
decide
know.
about the educate, yeah, but English language schools will have difficulty because most of them have small rooms. They will have difficulty getting enough students in to make it worthwhile, because every English language school is private and they want to make money.
Yeah.
And so they get enough students in socially distant in the small rooms that they have. I know our school, okay, we could take 15 max, but everybody would. You remember the size of this of
Oh
most of
yes,
the rooms
definitely.
were quite
And the
small.
school I was teaching the same. They are all the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe you could get 6 or 7 students into a classroom if they were socially distant.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on how the virus behaves over the next 6 weeks or so. I don't think they haven't made a definite decision to open
Oh,
the
I
school.
see. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
plan. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jamie is saying
Yeah.
English studio will reopen. Is that true? Is that
Jamie is
real?
saying that?
Yeah. English studio will reopen. Hmm.
What? No, it's gone into liquidation. What's happened? Well, nothing surprises me, you know. And
Yeah.
you know that the English studio was part of a group of companies called Kinley Group, and they owned Use It, which is a travel company, and was the biggest part of that group. And everything went into liquidation,
Yeah.
and which means that the accountants came in to try and find out what the assets were.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a strange thing has happened in that the everybody lost their jobs. The company went into liquidation. But I have seen that the chief executive and one of the major shareholders have bought Use It
Mm.
and are hoping to get it going again. Now, it seems strange how the chief executive and a major shareholder can put a company into liquidation
Mm.
and then come back and buy it off the liquidators at a cheaper price. And then they are saying that they will be able to repay. Now, they are saying that they will be able to repay the students who have paid for travel. They were the biggest organizers of student travel to the United States for what's called J1 visas, which are student work visas in the United States. And a lot of students do that. And I did it
Mm.
so long ago in the 1970s with them.
Yeah.
So they've been going for 55, 60 years. So it's amazing how long they. So it was a big decision to go into liquidation. But am I being cynical? So they let all the people go. They make people teach. Well, they make people redundant, and then they buy the company back and get going again. It's legal, but it doesn't seem morally right, and so I don't know, but Jamie, I cannot see the Jamie.
The comments. Yes, he's giving.
Why does he think English Studio is going to open again? Because Use It might, but I don't think the school will open again. Maybe he has heard something I haven't heard.
Yeah, he's bringing many informations. So he's saying
Information is single.
information. Yeah,
It's
many
never
different.
plural.
Sorry, teacher. Yeah.
Title is plural, always plural. Information is always single. So it's uncountable. So
Uncountable, yes. So
bringing much information.
much information.
Yes.
It was bought no adult centers and the company has been registered only for 4 days. The new company says they will reopen if there is demand. That's what he is saying. So this is kind of good news. We shall see. We don't know. And but going back to that song, right? Going back to that song because
That's the first time I've heard that,
and
I'm very, very.
I know it's
this happens all the time.
talk.
Companies go broke, and then they suddenly reappear again. And this sort of annoys me. But will they? They're
by
themselves
and he's adding by some capitalists, ex-CEO and shareholder of the Kingly Group.
Yeah, they have both used it, but I wasn't aware that they were looking at the English Studio as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, it will be a long time before students will travel, I think, because of COVID.
Yeah.
International travel will have to get back to normal before the sector can get going again. But there are so many students here in Ireland that need to be looked after, so they have to be looked after.
Yeah, yeah.
But
so our audience is asking questions. They are asking questions. Let's answer to them.
Okay. No. Well, first of all, I finished right on. It was written by it was sung by Christy Moore, but written by Jimmy McCarthy from Cork. And he said before Jimmy became a songwriter, professional songwriter, he was an apprentice jockey. Do you know what a jockey is?
Jockey. No, tell me.
Jockey is somebody who rides horses in horse racing.
Jockey, yes, the same word in Portuguese, yeah.
Jockey, yeah. So he was an apprentice jockey when he was a teenager, and when he was working in a trainers in Cork, and they take the horses every morning. They take them out on what they call the gallops to train them. They go in a single line, but when they are ready to start running, the person at the back shouts out to the front, "Ride on, ride on!" And the person go quicker, so that everyone can go quicker, so that they can all start running instead of galloping. That's what horses do when they run, gallop, and so that's what he explains it. Ride on, but then. The song, you heard it there, Ride On, I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Is it someone who is watching a lover leave them, and you go, I cannot, no matter how I want to, I can't come with you. You know, I see you there, the space where you used to lie in my bed, and you're gone, and you left an empty space, and there are teardrops in my eyes. So is it that? Some people have said it's about somebody who's gone off to take a violent approach to independence in Ireland through maybe the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, and
Uh-huh.
they do not agree with their philosophy, and they say, "You go, I could never come, I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to." But nobody officially has ever said that. And Christy Moore will always say, "Look, it's a beautiful song. You can put your own interpretation on it, and that's it." You know, it's like a love song of somebody leaving. To me, you know, I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it. So yeah, what? There were some other questions you said.
We have some questions, and
Okay.
I want to tell I want to ask two questions before because we were having problems about the sound. So my first question is Roy sound echo? Yes or no, people? Please tell me, Gaudier, if you are there. Just let me know. Hello, Jamile Araújo, welcome. You
Hello,
are very
Hello,
welcome.
Hello, Jamilia. Hello, Jamilia.
We
Hello,
have
Jamilia.
three questions
How are you
actually.
doing? Yeah.
Yeah, so the first question is from Marcus. Roy, could you please tell us? By the way, Marcus, thank you very much. Tell me if, because Marcus is the guy that sent us that question, and
Yeah,
he
is
is
he
coming.
Marcus in Ireland, or is he in? Where is
He's
Marcus
in
in Brazil?
Brazil. He's in
Ah,
Brazil. And he used to live in London. And he's coming to Teacher's Talk, Roy, in 2 weeks'
good.
time. Because he's also a teacher. He's a math.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he will be here together with us. And no, but it's really low. Okay, fine. So
My level is very low. Is it?
yeah, no, Marcus.
Oh, I see.
So first question, Marcus question. Could you please tell us what is the song that best represents Ireland in your opinion?
Ah,
Before you answer, Jamie is saying, for my generation, the song that says Ireland is Sunday, Bloody Sunday by U2. I kind of agree, but I have another, my feeling, I have another feeling. What's the song for you, Roy? Tell me.
wow. That's I don't know whether I love so many different songs. You know that and there are so many aspects to Ireland's culture. You know that the there Paul Brady has written songs about Derry. You know the island, and that's a song about you know it's quite a long song about people. You know the fruitlessness of violence.
Mm-hmm.
And Zombie was also the Cranberries. You know the Zombie
Mm.
about with their tanks and their bombs, and that was an anti-violence song as well. And by the way, that song Zombie is the first song ever to get 1 million views on YouTube. I think is it
Really?
first? Yeah. Now
Uh,
is it 1 million? 1 billion? Maybe I'm wrong. Billion, a million
Maybe
people.
billion, yes, because
Yeah,
I think it was Gangnam Style. Gangnam
yeah.
Style was the first song, no?
Was to get
I
a
don't
billion.
know.
Yes, sorry,
I
a
don't know.
billion. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's another billion? Yeah,
Uh,
but so what songs are there about Ireland? I mean, the a lot of them are very sad songs about people who've died in war, love songs that people have broken hearts, emigration songs.
mm.
What's the best one?
Molly
Yeah,
Malone and Dublin
I,
First City, where the girls are so
God,
pretty.
that's my class.
Of course, I was your student. I have to
Yeah, you
say,
remember you.
I do,
I,
and some
I use
people.
it as you will. I use it to teach the lexical group of for shellfish and fish.
Uh,
You know the shellfish, crabs,
uh-huh.
gangrenous, and mussels. Méfiant.
Marcos is saying you were talking about Roy means the Cranberries sung by Dolores O'Riordan.
Yes, who sadly died under strange circumstances in London in a hotel. So that was very sad. But she was a brilliant singer.
Yeah.
And that song I have grown to like a lot. I don't think I can sing it now, but but what like
Molly Malone is
but you see, the most famous Irish group is probably U2.
No,
it's
not. Yes, it is. But
yes,
the question is, what's the music? What's the music?
Yeah. No, but you see, the
that
song
represents Ireland.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Is sums up a lot of people who are still looking for the answer.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We are all
just quite philosophical.
all
are, and we're still on a journey, and COVID has taken us on a very different journey, but there are other songs like Sing a Song for Ireland, which is, because there are so many people from Ireland living all around the world, the Irish diaspora, you know that word diaspora?
Of course, definitely. Yes, it's the same in Portuguese.
So the Brazilian people who live around the world are the Brazilian diaspora.
Yeah.
So likewise, there are Irish, maybe 10 million people with Irish. Oh, no, I'm guessing now. Sorry, I won't say that. But there are millions and millions out there who originally came from Ireland, mostly because they had to emigrate. And starting at the famine, like that we saw in the city of Chicago. And then throughout the,
Can I say something? I'm just.
I didn't answer the question, but I don't know whether I can
because you just dive, like you just go and
let me try and answer.
Can I say something? If you want to ask a question in Portuguese, it's okay. If you want to ask a question in Portuguese, it's okay.
It's okay.
Olá, Osmair Matias.
Okay, sábado.
Osmair. Yes. No, don't be. Don't.
Sábado is Spanish. Is it?
Yeah. Sábado. Repeat the word. Repeat.
Sábado.
Sábado. Yes. Sábado. It's Portuguese.
In Portuguese, teachers talk as in Portuguese. This sábado, is it?
No sábado. No sábado.
No sábado.
Yeah.
Sábado.
But you can ask. Now he's echoed. Okay. Thank you, Gaudier. Yes. Now I thank you, Gaudier. I have my team. My team is working together with me.
So good you hear me twice.
Yeah. Now we have another question. Gaudier, this is a very I love this word, but I always mispronounced. It's a very interesting word. Question. Sorry. Roy, do you feel that the Irish youth still have the respect and understanding of their own origins and history? Are they aware or they don't care that much? Wow.
Good question. Deep question. Do I know the answer?
Question. Yeah.
I like to think that they are getting more and more aware of it, because all around you see we have been, when I was growing up, we were bombarded by American TV programs, British TV programs, and everything.
Father Ted.
Yeah. Well, Father Ted fought back, gave it back. Mrs. Brown's Boys is fighting back for Ireland.
Uh-huh.
Have you watched it, Mrs. Brown's Boys?
I just... Father Ted.
Brendan O'Carroll. He is very funny with the Dublin accent. How are you, Fernando? How are you doing? And they're like cursing as well, But and it's one of the biggest programs, successful.
Let's say hi to Wada. Hi, Wada. Yeah. Yeah, Wada. Hi. Hi, Osmair. Thank you for being here. Hello, Osmair. Yes, Osmair is saying hi. Yeah. So please, right, move on. Wara. How is Amsterdam? Wara, how is Holland?
She's in Amsterdam. She's in somewhere like Enschede, I think, or somewhere like. Maybe she's in Amsterdam.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, so
only thing I can say in Dutch is she will probably laugh when she hears me. Godverdamme. Shouldn't say that actually, because
do 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 do. The only thing I know how to say in
danke.
no do do. They say do do. Donkey is German. It's not
Yeah.
Holland.
Okay. You want to know?
So
What
Gaudier's. What about? Let's go back to Gaudier's question.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Are they aware or they don't care that much?
Okay. Well, one thing that worries me, although I'm a bit of a hypocrite, is that the Irish language, Gaelic, which was the original language in Ireland before Britain 800 years ago. Britain invaded us, and they were not as friendly as the Portuguese were to Brazil. Britain made the language illegal. So, well, maybe I don't know. I think Brazilians.
You cannot say this because Portuguese killed the original, the indigenous people.
The indigenous people,
of course, okay. 10,000 and over. No.
Okay, so Britain did for 800 years had a quite oppressive regime here, and they made it illegal to be Catholics. They made it illegal to speak Irish. So this was the problem we've been fighting. And the Irish language, sadly, is declining. But recently, there is more interest in it. This is scientific, it's my opinion, that they have seen it as part of a culture that was taken away. And also, Irish music is having a great resurgence. And you see it, well, originally, when I was in my formative years, the Chieftains made Irish music very popular internationally, but now we have more modern groups who are making Irish music very popular worldwide and at home as well. And I think young people are seeing this, that it is something that is part of their own culture, and they are embracing it. And also, I hope that the language will increase in the amount of use that it gets. In Wales, the Welsh language was something similar to the Irish language, and it is much healthier than Irish is in Ireland. Sadly, much more people speak it. The answer is with
and plus, I think I see people very into the river dance, and I think, I don't know, especially young generation. So maybe there is some effort to bring people.
Like as I said, we have people all over the world, and you talk to people. What brings Irish people together when they are away from home?
Before you answer this question, I have to say hi to Maria Aparecida Sena. Hi, my dear friend. Hi to Chris Boyd. Finally, Chris, you are here, and we are having an English. Chris, no! Every time he comes, we are just having the Portuguese edition, and finally tonight we are having the English edition. So.
Oh, I will say, Chris.
No, Chris Boyd. Come on, Roy. Don't be nasty. Yes.
He's learning Portuguese, though, isn't
I don't know. Yeah. What about the Irish students, Portuguese students in English studio, where they are totally now orphans?
Disenfranchised, or whatever the word is. Yeah. No, I mean, there is, as I said before, English Studio was part of a group called Marketing English in Ireland. And when there was a lot of school closures a few years back, the government stepped in and said, look, you have to provide some sort of bond or insurance. So now, if you're in this group, which English Studio was, MEI are obliged to find you another school.
Yes, and they are having,
because all the schools are shut. There is only what's being offered at the moment is online classes, and apparently the quality of the online classes is very poor. And in this survey that I mentioned earlier, which you can get on the Facebook's CIELS COVID
At
internationally.
least they are
Yeah,
trying,
yeah,
right?
yeah. COVID
It's yeah.
Irish English student, I think it is. That makes sense. Anyway, you will get a link to that if you are a student in Ireland, and you can. And there's a lot of people are unhappy with the online courses. They paid for face to face, and obviously you can't have paid for face to face. So
Yeah.
really, they should get refunds, but no schools are giving refunds, and the government
Right. Hi. Hello.
yeah.
Let's go back to the point. Marcus. Marcus has another question. What about the Celtic music? Is it the Ireland brand? Celtic music? The Ireland brand? The Celtic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Celtic. Yeah,
Yeah.
Celtic is this sort of the Celts came across Northern Europe and went into Scotland and Ireland before the British, obviously, and they left. They brought with them an awful lot of their music and their traditional. Uh, a lot of archaeological, I can't say that word, or Celtic crosses, which are quite evident around Ireland too. And so the music was probably brought with them. So we have a big history of fiddle playing, violin playing, fiddles, and also piping. And you notice they are also popular in Scotland and to some extent in Wales, but they would be the Celtic countries, the Celts, which, if you Google the Celtic, sort of, they came from, as far as I know, Scandinavia are not big on but I mean, yes, so they left a big influence in Irish culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to be Celtic and Celtic are quite different. Celtic is the name of a football club in Glasgow, and it's very much supported by Irish people. And one of their songs that they sing there is "The Fields of Athenry." And
yes.
tradition.
We did this once at the very beginning of teacher talk. You talk. Yeah.
And so there are Irish people everywhere. But one of the other things, before you interrupted me, there are Irish people all over the world, and they are living in Asia, Australia, Canada, America, some in South America too. And what unites them when they get together is music and the GAA, Gaelic football and hurling. And there are Gaelic GAA clubs in most of the major cities around the world now, and that is part of the culture that is being kept alive in foreign places. China. I was talking to somebody yesterday who played. He lived in Sejun, I think, is a city in China, and he played Gaelic football. And they went to Singapore for the Asian Gaelic football championships, and that unites them. So music and the GAA, Gaelic Athletic Association, and that the GAA was set up in I have to get this right, 1884, I think, to play sports that were not British. So they even made it illegal to be a member of the GAA and also play rugby, soccer, cricket, the games that were seen as British.
Yeah.
But thankfully that has all changed and the GAA is open. But the GAA is very much a central part of Irish culture. In every village they have a pitch and a ground.
And
they're doing more than just sport. It's community-based.
And plus, they have no payment, do they?
Yeah, it's amateur. The players don't get paid.
Okay, yeah.
Players don't get paid. And that's a big argument at the moment because they get 84,000 in Croke Park, the stadium, for the final of the All-Ireland Championships of the football and hurling. And it's on TV and they're making plenty of money for this. But the GAA say what they put the money into is at, do you know the expression grassroots level?
I do, yeah.
At the bottom,
yeah.
Into encouraging young people to play. And it's working. People are doing that. They're and into communities. And I think, it's a healthy situation to have an amateur sport that's so popular, and that if it becomes professional, look at the way soccer players go, and look at the way, even rugby professional, it changes it completely with the emphasis on making money and for the club or for the players themselves. So it changes the ethos, and I think they're fighting a battle to keep it amateur, but it is amateur. Yeah.
So Gaudier is just saying two things that I have to mention. Some historians claims that the Portuguese committed the worst genocide in history towards the indigenous people. This is true.
I don't know the history of Portugal, but I just
Brazil. This is Brazilian history.
Yeah. So this was what happened when there was empire, there was colonialization.
In everywhere around the world.
Colonization of all the countries. And, look at what the sort of, I refer to the cancer that is left by the British occupation of Ireland, because they have this. Is it getting less important now? This Catholic Protestant divide, which I grew up with, which I did, and there is a series of plays called Cancer about this, and it is people. It's we can talk about this another day, but that is a product of colonialization. And they have left behind them this argument. It's not about religion now. It's about, in the north of Ireland, it's about loyalty to the United Kingdom.
As Jamie said before, capitalism.
Capitalism combined with colonization.
Yes,
and
but
the thing about capitalism is that it needed to colonize,
the greed,
to get the raw materials, the oil, the coal, to drive the factories, and that's why they went, oil, coal, gold. In South America was the big driving force, wasn't it? For the Spaniards and for the Portuguese. And what they left behind is sad. Look at USA, what they did,
Yeah, exactly.
USA did to the indigenous people, and it really sticks in my throat when I hear Donald Trump saying we're going to stop people coming into the USA. But how was the United States started? By people coming in against the will.
By Irish people coming, yes.
A lot of people.
Yeah. Your ancestors,
the British were the ones who colonized. We went to work there, build the roads and the railways.
Exactly.
But an awful lot of us went for economic reasons, because there was no
the famine.
Very little food in the 1847s, and then throughout the end of that 19th century, 20th century, there was very little industrial development in Ireland, and then in the 60s, then we had the Programme for Economic Development, which encouraged investment in Ireland. And people argue that now we have Facebook, Google, but there was a lot of incentives given to big companies to come and go. Anyway,
let's. We have to before you sing the song. We have just to, because I think it's important. It's part of the idea of Teachers Talk. Teach as well, so it's good we have the opportunity to talk about history, tell stories, and okay. Gaudier is saying, do you think that the generation that are still to come will lose that historical sense? Plus, another question from Marcos. Is it fair to listen an Irish music from a harp and drink Guinness?
Is it fair or is it fair?
Is it fair? Yes, it is. You have to sing and clap and drink, yes, all together.
Okay.
Hello, Gilberto Reis Vessoni. Hi. Good to see you here. Hi. Welcome. You are very welcome.
I can't see Gilberto. Can he see us though? Gilberto is he Brazilian as well?
Yes, he's Brazilian.
They're everywhere, so they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's like Alex, yes. Brazilians are, we are in everywhere. Yeah.
Now, sadly, I would probably have to go in about 5 minutes.
So please sing a
yeah,
song
so-
and then we can finish.
Now, one of our most favorite, one of our most famous poets
Uh-huh.
is a guy, and Chris Boyd may hopefully will have heard of him and know about him, William Butler Yeats. And he lived 100 years ago.
Okay.
And he wrote many poems. And next time he wrote this poem about the pandemic. 100 years ago, we had the Spanish flu. And the Spanish flu killed 23,000 Irish people. And so far, COVID has only killed about 2,400 in the all of Ireland, about that. So the Spanish flu was more serious. And amazingly, in the world, the Spanish flu killed 50 million. And he wrote, it's quite a serious poem. We may do it next week. But this is another love song. I'm always singing songs about unrequited love. But it's called Down by the Sally Gardens. And he wrote this, he heard a song being sung in Sligo near Ballysadare, and he adapted it. The original song was The Rambling Boys of Pleasure, and he adapted it to a poem about a girl meeting a girl, and he really liked her, but she, I think, wanted more from him than he wanted at the time. And he couldn't, they didn't have a relationship, and they said goodbye. And the Sally Gardens is from an Irish word called salyoch, which is salyoch is a willow tree. It's a type of tree, and from it they make baskets, and they weave baskets with sallies, which are from the willow tree. So down by the Sally Gardens is the place where they grew the willow, All right? I'll try and do it justice, Down by the Sally Gardens, my love and I did meet. She passed the Sally Gardens with little snow white feet. She bid me take life easy as the leaves grow on the trees. But I, being young and foolish, with her would not agree. In a field by the river, my love and I did stand, and on my leaning shoulders she placed her snow white hand. She bid me take life easy as the grass grows on the trees. But I was young and foolish, and with her would not agree.
Whoa, Roy, I love you when you sing, to be honest.
Hear you. It's quite a sad song, but
it's beautiful.
W.B. Yeats was a senator in Ireland because he was elected as a poet person, and he was one of the great intellects around the starting off of this country. And he's an interesting story. And there is this. The homework for everybody is to look at the poem called "The Second Coming." And there was an article in the Irish Times today about it, in the Irish man's diary in the Irish Times. And it's an interesting poem because it was written just after the pandemic of 1919. And so the atmosphere was similar to what it is now amongst COVID. But as I said, the Spanish flu was much more serious and killed many more people.
From now, yes, hopefully,
hopefully that we'll get it under control. We have to be optimistic.
By now, exactly, yes. So, Ana Carla Barbosa is saying, hi, Roy, hope you are keeping well, lovely song.
All right. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Very
Obrigado,
nice song.
Oishi.
And
Ana
Marcos
also
is
my former student. Yeah, I think.
Ana Cara Barbosa. Probably
Yeah.
yes. She
Yes.
is.
No, yeah,
Yes.
she's in Dublin. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I've seen her. Hiya, Anna Cara. How are you?
And Marcos is saying it sounds like a lullaby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice, slow. Yeah, down by the Sally Gardens. Anyway, so the homework for everybody next week is to look for
Exactly.
the second coming, and maybe we will have another poet with us next week. We're not sure yet.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and in some point in the future, we will always have Marcus, who is a mathematician, is a math teacher, and we will have Jamie. I would love to have Jamie here together with us. Yes, Jamie Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Yes, he is more than invited to come.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Right, thank you very much.
All right.
Yes, so guys,
nada.
come back
De nada.
sábado. Saturday we have the Portuguese edition and we have a special guest from Brazil. And next Tuesday, me and Mr. Roy will be back. Thank you. God bless. Stay
bless you.
safe. Thank you very
Obrigado.
much.
Até logo.
Thank you, Roy.
Até-
See you.
Terça-feira.
Very good Portuguese.
Terça-feira.
Bye.
See you.